Black man, 32 years old, found hanging from a tree near Raleigh, North Carolina Caribbean Festival over the weekend. Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience, Manifest Your Truth. And this channel is an organic amalgamation for searching, seeking, and finding the truth in this chaotic, confusing, and disruptive world we live in today. We are the soldiers of Mount Zion. So this story I'm giving you today could be surrounded by several pillars: depression, anxiety, hopelessness, helplessness, the opioid addiction or crisis, homelessness, untreated mental illness, and suicidal ideation. These are all real things that people are going through on a daily basis today. These are symptoms of moral decay that are decimating our society today. People need help more than ever before. The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Or could this be something else going on with these crazy hangings that we're hearing about recently? This is the proverbial question. Is there something racially diabolical going on with these suspicious hangings of people of color? There is something demonic in the air. So on Saturday, August the 15th, a man was found hanging from a tree in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, in the back parking lot area near Whiskey Kitchen on West Martin Street, close to Nash Square and City Plaza, where the annual Carib Mass Caribbean Festival was drawing large crowds that day. This man was discovered around 2:30 p.m. First responders attempted life-saving measures until he was pronounced dead at 3:07 p.m. The North Carolina Office of the Medical Examiner took custody of the case. Now remember, as I'm giving you this story, this is somebody's son. This could be possibly somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's nephew. These are all human beings that we're talking about. The level of our moral compass is so low today, and the level of inhumanity that we have for one another is at an all-time high. So with this witness account, according to Charlotte Alerts News, the man had come to the festival, and witnesses said he was overheard talking to himself before walking behind the building into the parking lot. He reportedly asked for water shortly before he was found. Now remember, if you look in any of your major cities or anywhere in this country, there are tons of homeless people. There are tons of people that are talking to themselves. There are tons of people that are pandering at street corners, at street lights. Doesn't matter what racial dynamic, doesn't matter if they're male or female, black or white, young or old. We have reached a point in today's time where the signs and symbols of the Bible that are telling us that we could possibly be at the end of days are fastly approaching us. We have a lot of people that need a lot of help. So you could just drive in your car and see somebody talking to themselves, walking down the street all day long. So what was the official ruling? So this, in this story, just listens to the symptomology of what's going on here, on whether this was suicide or did somebody commit harm to this person. So the official ruling, officials have ruled the death a suicide as of initial reports. The Raleigh Police Department had not issued a detailed public statement, and the story is still developing. So what has been the community reaction? The proximity to a Black cultural festival, combined with North Carolina's history of racial terror lynchings, fueled rapid speculation online that this was a hate crime rather than a suicide or an accident. That's the proverbial question in this story. We don't know, but providing some light, shedding some exposure to it, hopefully will help put some pressure on the state of North Carolina to find out exactly what happened to this young man. The investigation. So the police compiled video evidence from city traffic cameras and footage from nearby businesses. Remember, there's surveillance everywhere. Any of these unsolved crimes that are taking place or homicides that are taking place throughout America, I believe that they are by choice not to be solved. It is almost impossible with the level of surveillance today, the eye in the sky, doorbell ring cameras, cameras at stoplights. There are cameras and drones everywhere. The police can find out whatever they want to find out. Trust and believe me. That footage reportedly showed, this camera footage showed the man was alone at 1:32 p.m. walking near Dawson and Martin Streets and at around 1:59, they saw him carrying an electrical cord toward the tree by himself. This is also allegedly caught on camera. So on Monday, August 17th, Raleigh Police Chief Rico Boyce held a press conference with Mayor Janet Colwell and ruled the death a suicide, stating investigators found no evidence of criminal activity or third-party involvement. The man was identified as 32 years old. The only thing I would say in interjecting in this part of the story on these 4 or 5 hangings that have taken place, and I've done a couple of stories on a few of them, it seems like the police are very quick to say it is a suicide. They are really fast hunched to say it's a suicide right away when you haven't had all the evidence looked at, and even the medical examination has not been fully documented and gone through. I know the government, many of our cities, our federal government, they do not want civil or racial unrest, for sure. I get it. But just to quickly say right off the top, whether it's Nolan Wells was drowned, whether some of these other cases, they are saying that these people have committed suicide right away. I would hold off on giving that kind of statement, particularly right after this situation has taken place. I mean, the body's not even cold yet, and investigators are already saying suicide, suicide, suicide. They don't want any racial component to be part of this whatsoever. And I get it. So the wider context in this case is and this is what I'm talking about with the rush to judgment. The case has drawn comparisons to other recent hanging deaths of Black men and boys in the Southeast that were initially or ultimately ruled suicide, but disputed by family members, advocates seeking hate crime investigations, including, here are some of the previous ones: 21-year-old truck driver Javion McGee, found in Vance County, North Carolina in 2024. His death was ruled a suicide in 2025. And 21-year-old college student Trey Reed, found near Delta State University in Mississippi in September of 2025. His death was also ruled a suicide. Now, all of these deaths these people were found by being hung from a tree. Some outlets frame this part of a string of similar cases. One source claims that this is the 8th recent hanging case in here in the U.S. So it begs the question, what in the devil is going on? This just happened over the weekend. There have been some suspicious deaths of people, whether they've been hung, whether there's a drowning situation, or whether there was a guy out of Chicago at a festival. I did a story on it. He was either in a festival in Chicago or Illinois or Indiana, and he died suspiciously recently. There is a lot of demonic energy that's going on across our airwaves in our world today. So in saying that, I wanted to read a little something to you straight out of the Bible. This is out of Psalm 43. Send out your light and your truth. Vindicate me, O God, and defend my cause against an ungodly people, or any ungodly people. From the deceitful and unjust man, deliver me. For you are the God in whom I take refuge. Why have you rejected me? Why do I go about mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? Send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy hill and to your dwelling. Then I go to the altar of God, and to God my exceeding joy, and I will praise you with the lyre, O God, my God. Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you in turmoil with me or within me? Hope in God, for I shall again praise him. My salvation is within my God. Tell me what you think of this story. This is another hanging of an African-American man that was found in Raleigh, North Carolina under suspicious circumstances. The medical examiners in the state of North Carolina are ruling this an initial suicide. And hopefully there's not a racial component or a racial dynamic attached to this alleged hanging. Tell me what you think of this story. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-positive way.